Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the bookmark. This is a little bit different than what we normally do. Normally we're doing book reviews, but today I have come back to my room where I have all of my books. Well, this is not all of them, but this used to be like, you had a whole bunch of my parents' stuff just like here because I hadn't been in this room for like a couple months at this point. And yeah, so I am gonna be staying here for like a while. I wanted my bookshelves to look nice, so I have been clearing away part of my book collection. I mean, there's like some down there, and of course I have all this up here. And then I also have like more right there. There's a ton of books everywhere. But I used to have them like, so there's like some bins here. This is like my stuff, but I used to have them all down there because initially these bookshelves were standing like upright, but now we've turned them all on their sides, so we have like here where that's actually two bookshelves like stacked on top of each other but laying down, and like kind of been able to get a little bit more book space in these shelves now. But I'll be taking y'all on this journey of me trying to organize these bookshelves, because hopefully this will be pretty, and that's what y'all will be seeing in our book reviews and our bookish related content that we're going to be coming out with. So just a little bit about what's going on so far. I have kind of decided that, well, I'm gonna first say that this bookshelf, this like little cubicle right here, I kind of wish like it didn't have these little space dividers, but I don't know, it kind of helps me like kind of group these books. I don't know if that makes any sense. But this cubicle here is mostly for like my journals and whatnot, like this really cool one, like that looks like a Hogwarts letter. And then like this one that has a K on it. My friends and family know that I love stationery and journals, and I actually got these two as gifts. But yeah, I am trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of, so like for the sake of me trying to figure out what books are in my collection and if I've read them or not, because like, I don't know, I've been pulling out books, and some books I didn't even realize I had. And there's one book, it's actually Six of Crows. I didn't think I had that book, and I was actually really close to buying it again, and I just found it today that I had it. So I'm pretty glad that I checked, because I would have bought another copy, which isn't a big deal, but I mean, if I can buy another book instead. But what I'm kind of thinking of doing is like on this side having the books that I have not read yet, and then on that side have the books that I have read, because it will kind of help me that when I do book reviews, like I know which books I have read that I could review and like talk about, and which ones I kind of maybe need to reread or something, or maybe I want to reread. But there's still like, I don't know if y'all can see, yeah, there's still more books down here that I have not brought out, which I'm probably gonna do next, because I mean there's just a ton of stuff. And then there's a whole cart like off the camera, like right here, down here, that's kind of in my way right now, because it's just all of my mom's stuff, because she actually used this area, because there's a desk here and everything. She actually used this as like her own office for a while during the pandemic, because she's a teacher. So yeah, that's what she was using this area for, because she had some pretty sweet bookshelves. But yeah, now it's time to like really display these bookshelves with books instead of like papers and whatnot, because there was a lot of like workbooks and like tech stuff that was here, and I've actually cleared away a lot. I just didn't realize how much stuff was in this room. But I think that's what we're gonna do for now. It's so weird, but like this bookshelf, for a little bit it was a lot of like classics, like titles that were in here. Classics, there you go. that were in here. Like we have like Orlando, we have Jane Eyre, Gone with the Wind. Is Gone with the Wind a classic? I don't know. But we have Moby Dick here. And then I know Les Miserables is back there. But then I don't know. Would we categorize Ernest Hemingway as a classic? I think at this point he is. I should probably put him up here too. Oh, by the way, this one's pretty cool because I actually got this at the Ernest Hemingway house that's in Key West, Florida. So that place is actually cool because there's a lot of cats there. I should probably put this up here. I can take Bridgerton out of here and put it down here. You can put it next to, oh yeah, I have my collection of the Twilight series right here. I can only find Eclipse. I do know I have all the books, but I don't know where the rest of the books are. They're probably somewhere in this pile. I'll find it, but I'll get back to y'all with a little bit more progress. What am I saying? Progress after this. Okay, so we kind of got really into doing all of the book shelving stuff, so pretty much is done at this point. I'm gonna kind of show you how it looks like. Ooh. But yeah, so I have like a few candles here and there, like that one, this one. I have never opened this one actually. I don't know why. There's some that are like already used and whatnot, but I like hit my desk. Yeah, so what I pretty much decided to do was like this side, so all of these books, and then there's more down here. Oh my gosh. These are the books that I have not read in my collection, which kind of, some of these, like this one is like kind of half, like these I haven't read, but this one I have read. I have read all of Heartstopper, obviously. But some of these I haven't read. I have read those up there. And then just to kind of like show y'all, there's actually another row, oh my gosh, of books back there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, I have so many books that like it got to the point where I was making 3 rows. Like this is the 3rd row because this is the 2nd row, and then there's like another row of books back there. And then there's like books like this that were too big to be like in the 3rd row, so they're just hanging out up there, like up there. Can y'all see those? Yeah, I have way too many books, but I'm gonna see what I can do with the extras that I know for sure I'm not gonna read at this point. Because there's a few books, like, where was it? There's a book that, oh, here. So, like, I have the Maximum Ride Forever book, which is, like, the last book in the Maximum Ride series. And I believe it's, like, the 6th or the 7th book. And, like, I know for sure I'm never gonna get, like, the other Maximum Ride novels or anything like that. So, like, kind of was thinking of like donating that one or giving it to someone who is like on their last book, like they're on the last book of the series. I'm gonna see about that. I also, so I know this is for some people, they like to have their graphic novels all together, but I actually have mine separated. Like I have like the Percy Jackson and the Red Pyramid ones like right here. And then, of course, I have, like, Heartstopper right here. And then, I don't know if you consider this graphic novel. I actually don't know where they're at. But I have, like, the big Percy Jackson, like, the gods and goddesses, and, like, the Greek heroes, like, big, gigantic book. I think we all know what that looks like. I don't know where I put those. Oh, I think they're down here. But, yeah, they're all separated. And I guess that was, like, my way of thinking of, like, let's put them more with like their authors and whatnot. What does kill me though is that there's a lot of books here that like I have the 1st and 2nd book separated. I absolutely hate that, but it does kind of motivate me. I don't know, for me it kind of motivates me to like actually finish or get to the 2nd book so it can like be with its 1st book. Like this one, let's see if you can see it. Like I've read, let's get that way. I've read American Royals, and this one's so good. I actually got Majesty, which is the second book, like a couple months after I read American Royals. So I already had like other books in my collection that I was like gonna read. So I haven't gotten to this one yet, even though it should be a quick read. Like there's even the receipt still on it. It's not like I can return it or would want to return it. And then like this is kind of for me, but I have like my collection of John Green books here. They're actually more, but I believe it's like, yeah, that's what I thought. It's kind of like there's The Abundance of Catherine's right there. And then I think there's, yeah, Paper Towns is like even further back there. I hope y'all can see that if that even comes out. Do you see? They're just chilling back there. And then my copy of Looking for Alaska, and then The Fault in Our Stars from like long time ago. So like all of my John Green books are right here, and I know they're here. But then like when I was in high school, Turtles All the Way Down came out, and I got this from like my book club, but I actually did not, I'm gonna admit, I did not read this book in time for book club, so I only read that's another thing, like some of these books I read partially, but I haven't finished, so I just categorized it as like not finished yet, as like I haven't read it, and I didn't put it like on the complete side. So yeah, I kind of read a few of this, but it kind of makes me sad that I can't put this book with my other John Green books. But like I said, it's kind of motivating me to like actually get through it. Let me see if I can put it back. There you go. Yeah, it's actually motivating me to like actually finish these books, because I was like really quickly losing space. Oh my gosh, there's more down there. I was losing space of like all the books that I have not read, and yet I continue to still purchase. Like this one, I bought it, and like I still have all of these other books that are amazing, and I have heard a lot of good things about and have not read it. Like I am actually, so like I have had Throne of Glass for like the longest time, and everyone's always talking about Sarah J Maas books, and like I don't know which one people prefer, like this one or the Court of Thorns and Roses, but I actually started reading the Court of Thorns and Roses, which I have over here. This is getting pretty, it's so pretty. But I started reading it, as you can see my index card bookmark. But I have had Throne of Glass, I want to say for about 5 or 6 years at this point, and I have like never picked it up. So I'm hoping that maybe after reading this book, I might like it to continue that series, or I might just only like this one. I don't know. Y'all can tell me how y'all have. I've heard mixed reviews about Sarah J Maas's books, like whether or not people like it or not. Oh, and then another thing is that like, so the reason I even did this, I don't know if anyone has ever, I'm pretty sure other book people have like ran into this situation. So for the longest time, I always thought I had Crooked Kingdom. Like I was dead set that I have Crooked Kingdom, and that I didn't have Six of Crows, because for some reason in my head I was thinking that like, because of course before I like knew about the Grishaverse, I just heard a lot about Crooked Kingdom when it came out, and of course like that's not the first one, it's Six of Crows. So I for some reason thought for sure that I had bought Crooked Kingdom rather than Six of Crows. So when I went to Barnes & Noble, I actually went to go buy Six of Crows because I already have the first 3 books like in the Grishaverse, and I was like, okay, like the next one is this duology. Turns out I actually did already have Six of Crows. Didn't realize I did. I am so glad that I checked my bookshelves. Well, actually no, I didn't check my bookshelves, but when I got to Barnes & Noble, because like that's when the Netflix show had kind of like kicked off, the Six of Crows book wasn't there, and Crooked Kingdom was, and I was just thinking, oh man, like I already have Crooked Kingdom, I needed Six of Crows, but like turns out I actually needed Crooked Kingdom. But it's fine because I have not read Six of Crows, so I need to get through this before I can justify buying Crooked Kingdom finally. But yeah, that's kind of what pushed me to do this, because I mean that wasn't the only book that had happened with, so before Madeline Miller got like really popular on TikTok, I actually already had Cersei because my boss that I was working for at the time like highly recommended it to me. And yeah, so I had bought it because I was like, I absolutely have always loved Greek mythology, and I wanted something like, you know, that wasn't just like made for kids. Not putting down the Percy Jackson series, I absolutely love that series, but I wanted something like that was probably more for like a YA teen adult audience. And so like that was when I got Cersei, and I had Cersei for like a while. I want to say I have had it for about 3 years now or so. And then it got really popular with Song of Achilles because, I mean, Song of Achilles is like amazing. And I actually like barely got Song of Achilles, I want to say in December. Oh my gosh. And I've already read it. So yeah, I've had books that are now popular on TikTok and whatever for years at this point, and I have not read them. And I sometimes forget that I even have them. So yeah, and like especially Twilight. Like I started reading Twilight. I have the whole series. I bought all the books secondhand though, so that was pretty cool. Secondhand, and then like they're still in pretty good condition. I mean, obviously I've been reading the book, so like there's creases and it's paperback, but I bought it secondhand anyways. So yeah, that's kind of what pushed me to do this setup, was because I have a ton of books that have been here for years. Like they literally have dust on them, and like they're still here. Like I haven't read them, and I just keep buying more new books, which I don't mind, but like some of these books are like getting really popular now, and people have been asking me for my take on them, and I keep thinking that whenever I go to the bookstore that I need to buy them all over again. So I'm hoping this system is gonna help me. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this, and obviously it's like not perfect. Like I wish I had more bookcases. Obviously we all want more bookcases, bookshelves, but like I'm trying with this to see if this is gonna help me like shift some books over here, or maybe add like a whole cubicle, because they're basically cubicles, of like a whole new cubicle of just read books. Maybe like I'll make it a goal to turn this whole thing, because this one's like half and half. Maybe I'll make it a goal to like turn this whole shelf, this whole cubicle, into read books or something like that. I don't know. Let's see what we'll do about that. But I'll keep y'all updated, and thank y'all for like coming on my journey for making like this whole new bookshelf. Thanks. Bye.